Hey everybody, what's going on? Happy Friday. Thanks for joining us here on Northern Life. Another summer, another intern eating spaghetti while we're doing the Northern Life show. We got Jason, of course, over on the couch, and he's eating spaghetti. There's Jason. How you doing,
Jason and all his friends.
You can't really hear him. I guess he doesn't have a microphone. But yeah, he had some spaghetti, and we took a long time to get the show going, and he finished his spaghetti. So he's got an empty spaghetti. Got to go wash the container now, but we're happy to have you here, Jason, and eating spaghetti again in our studio. Don't spill on our nice stuff over there, Jason.
We made him sit on the couch that wasn't white.
No, exactly.
Good point. Good
Just
point.
in case.
Yeah,
Yes.
Longtime Northern Life viewers will remember our weather intern Nick from last summer also would frequently eat spaghetti. So I was surprised Jason happened to have spaghetti today too.
A weird coincidence.
Funny.
Yeah, I told him, come on in. You should eat spaghetti during this show.
Always a good dish.
Yep.
Always a good dish. Well, hey, if you think you had a tough work week so far, imagine being a kid and the mayor of your town. Wednesday this week was the annual Kids Day out in Green Bay, Wisconsin. So to kick off the celebration, Mayor Eric Gingrich named two kid mayors, twin brothers Ivan and Riot, who won the contest to serve as those co-mayors. They read the proclamation in their city council during their swearing-in ceremony, and the Green Bay Kids Day has been a tradition for more than 2 decades now. And there you got a day filled with a meal with the mayor. I'm not sure if it was spaghetti or not. They had games. They also had other special activities.
That is so cool. This gives me a throwback to when I was in elementary school. My parents bid on an item at an auction called Principal for the Day.
Wow.
And I got to be the school principal for the day and tag along with the principal.
Did you fire someone?
I did not.
Your least favorite teacher, just get on out.
But it was a big power trip for like a 4th grader. It was a little probably
His head
too
was
much.
out to here.
Yeah.
I bet you were walking around the school after going, yeah, I was principal for a day.
The other kids were making probably huge fun of me.
You still put it on resumes
Such
to
a
this
nerd.
day? I was principal for a day at Duluth East.
Thanks to my parents' hard-earned money at the auction, yeah.
You had to listen to all 15 parents calling their kids in sick.
Yes,
You're like, Are they lying or are they telling the truth?
Oh man, good times. But that's cute for those kids. I bet they love that. Well, hey, coming up on today's show, a Northland UFC fighter takes to the national stage this weekend. There's a new way singles are pumping up their online dating profiles as well. We're going to learn how you can safely manage your energy levels during those hot summer days that we hopefully have ahead. I like a little bit of hot weather in the summer, but you know,
just a touch.
no long stretches.
Nothing too crazy.
Right. Well, hey, let's start talking about the glory days, as Bruce Springsteen once put it. The other night, my fiance and I went over to the Adventure Zone down here in Canal Park. Super fun night, got to play all sorts of games, but I got to tell you guys, it was a sad realization as to how old I'm getting. I got in the batting cage. She also got in the batting cage as well, but you know, getting in there, it was just kind of a tough realization, the whole use it or lose it when it comes to skills in your life. Sure. I was trying to tell my fiance Mary, I was like, I used to be kind of nasty at baseball. I used to be really good. And then I got in the batting...
nasty is good, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay,
right.
Nasty is
and
good.
I got in the batting cage there and I was like, wow. My eyes are bad. I can't swing the bat for my life.
What was your average?
I don't know my average. I'm not Joe Mauer.
Did you hit a couple at least?
I hit a couple.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I'd like to think that I was a good baseball player growing up, but it's just sad when you don't play it all anymore and you get in there, you're like, I used to hit these all the time. I don't know what the problem is.
So were you like swinging and missing, or it was that? Okay,
yeah, a lot of that.
That's okay. That's fun. Anyway, what a good date night.
Right. Oh yeah, it was great.
Oh, sweet. You got to go back to that place every once in a while. Did you guys do laser tag or anything like that?
No, but you know my favorite thing at Adventure Zone or any place that has it is the Deal or No Deal game.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Where you have the tickets in the cases. Yeah,
that's cool.
A lot of fun.
The big wheel, right? Is it a wheel?
No.
Maybe it's not a wheel.
No, you hit the Deal or No Deal buttons. You pick which cases you want to pick.
Oh, okay, okay, that's cool. Fantastic, good times. For those swimming around in today's dating pool, you know that your picture is front and center when it comes to dating apps, and it can determine whether someone swipes left or right.
Yeah, so to help, more singles are turning to professional photographers to attract better matches. Derek James shows us how.
Cheers! Yes! Who doesn't love a good picture of themselves?
Alicia Anderson is taking a shot
Beautiful.
at love.
I've had quite a few friends find success in dating online, so I decided to recently make that switch.
So on the count of 3, I'll have you get moving.
At 36, Anderson is seeking genuine connection.
When I was initially making my profile, I was struggling to find pictures. To put it of myself, I felt like I had to crop all my friends out, and nothing truly like captured myself, my personality.
Get that beautiful pose.
Not long after, she noticed Shannon O'Malley's online dating photography on Instagram.
You know, as you get older, you kind of take it more serious, and so I thought I'd give it a try.
It has become the biggest bulk of my business.
Yeah.
And that fun pose with her arm.
A professional photographer for over 15 years, O'Malley's focus for the last 2.5 years has been helping singles, ranging in age from 25 to 70, create standout images for their dating profiles.
But yeah, these are people who are serious about getting out there and wanting to find love.
Is there stigma around hiring a pro to shoot dating profile photos?
Absolutely. There is. So yeah, some people may not tell their friends or family that they're doing this, but then a lot of what I hear back is that once they get their photos back, they're proud to show them because they feel good.
A feeling O'Malley says she needed when she stepped into the world of online dating in her 40s.
Good.
It led her to her husband of 4 years, and it helped her see her true self again.
Something happened when you decided to take the camera and turn it on yourself.
Correct. Good. But it just gave me this profound empowerment of like, oh, there I am. You kind of forget who you are sometimes in life after a bad relationship or just playing the role of a mom or a sister or caretaker. We can lose sight of ourselves easily.
An important lesson O'Malley passes on to clients like Anderson in each one of her shoots.
It goes just past the pictures, right? Like she just makes you feel good, and then you bring that into your everyday, and people can feel that good energy.
That's cool. Forget the stigma part of it. Just do what makes you happy.
Whatever you want to do.
Do what you want to do in life.
Watch your own bobber, everybody. You
There
know?
we go.
Yeah.
Take the photos, send them to your parents. They can put them up on the fridge.
There we go. Like old school photos. I love that.
Right.
Plenty of uses for those pictures beyond just the dating profiles.
Certainly. Well, hey, coming up, the Northland will be represented at UFC this weekend. We'll talk about it next. Welcome back, everybody. Before we get to this next story, big news, the Big Rubber Duck coming back to Duluth for the Tall Ships Festival, July 10th through the 13th.
I was so excited to see that. I was looking at their website recently, and I didn't see any mention about the duck, so I was like, is the duck
A little
coming?
secretive.
I don't know. But then they announced just the other day that, she's coming back.
What's it
Mama
called? Big
duck.
Mama or something?
Yeah, you're right. No, it's like Big Mama Duck. Yeah.
Big Mama Duck. Okay.
She's 61 feet tall, and then she has a little duckling that comes
Duck
along
family.
with her too.
Oh.
Yeah, a smaller 10-foot version. I can't remember what his name is, but he's a little cute little duck.
I want to ride the duck. There should be rides for the rubber duck. I don't know why there
Get
isn't.
some
That's
reins.
so cool.
Get some reins in a saddle. Yeah. Well, hey, the other day, Briggs here came across a handful of amazing videos, and it prompted us to make a new Northern Life segment called Real or AI. So we're gonna show you these videos.
I feel like I'm going to be
before-
ripped to shreds here.
And before we give you the answer, you can play along at home. So these were the videos that Briggs had sent us. A dog who appears to be swimming at the Olympics, diving into the water. So I suppose we could ask Jason first. Jason, do you think this is real or AI?
It's real.
Oh, Jason thinks it's real.
He's going confirmed even.
So I hate to tell you all, one of the hashtags in said videos is definitely AI. So
Yeah.
Like you said yesterday, Brian, the diving board doesn't move at all while they're trying to jump on it. They just use their own.
Or how the dog perfectly folds like that. And,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, well, these second few videos are a little bit more unrealistic, if you will. The first one I saw, I was like, I just saw the dog approaching
Right.
the end of the diving board, and I was like, oh, could
Right.
be. Could be. There was a big crowd. I was wondering why that would be the case.
We're literally getting ready for yesterday's show, and she's looking at her phone. She's like, "Wait, are these real?" Me and Ryan just dying laughing. We're like, "Briggs."
Oh, then I kept scrolling. I obviously saw it was not real, but
AI's getting good.
it is.
Getting good. So.
It's crazy. And what prompted that? Who typed that in and was like, show me a video of a Frenchie
don't know.
diving off a board?
Weird tastes out there.
Yeah,
It's
well,
kinda-
Thanks for playing along
Yes,
at home.
that was a lot of fun. Let's do that again
sometime.
sometime. From the pool to the octagon, a professional fighter from Grand Rapids is taking the next step in his career, competing on ESPN this weekend in a UFC championship match.
Very cool. The man known as Goozy says he's been knocked down many times, but continues to get up and focus on his dream.
33-year-old Hines wrestled at Deer River in high school, but never thought he was great. Now he has an undefeated 7-0 record fighting against the pros.
I'm just your everyday guy, man. And I had a dream one day, and I just kept plugging away at it. I never wanted to get older and be like, oh, man, if I would have done this.
For the past 3 years, Hines has dedicated his time to becoming the best fighter in the world. On Saturday, he's kicking off his UFC career.
I like it entertaining because I don't want to sit down and watch a boring fight, so why should I put on a boring fight?
Goozy's a brawler. He's an entertainer. He's learning how to be a technician and learning how to use all his brute force and his speed.
Hines has trained in many gyms, but at Superior Jiu-Jitsu coach Tat Mean Bean Romero has taken his 22 years of fighting experience and passed it down to Hines.
When training Guzzi especially, it's definitely a different experience when you almost feel like you're playing a video game.
But this game's story is many years in the making.
He was like show up nonchalant and kind of handle his own, and he ended up taking his first fight, and I knew then that he'd be pretty talented.
And Hines plans to trust his training for his UFC heavyweight debut versus Jonata Denise.
I'm gonna go into it as like business as usual. I'm gonna stick to the game plan, and at the end of the day, he's just another man just like me, out trying to get his dreams, and it's whoever wants it more. My money is on me every time.
In Superior, Jeffrey McClure, Northern News Now.
Yeah, go get him.
You gotta have the confidence to do that. So,
Ow.
yeah. Oh wow, that looked like it actually hurt.
I didn't try to do that.
Well, Gray, we need a new plexiglass countertop, please.
Hope Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield will help me out. Yeah.
Best of luck to you, Guzzi. Saturday's fight will be the second round of the preliminary fights being broadcast nationally on ESPN+. As for what's next, Guzzi says his goal is to eventually become the champion of that event. So
Good
best
luck
of luck
out there.
to you.
Yeah, darn right. Hey, sports continue on here on Northern Life. A group of kids who spend more time in the hospital, sadly, than most are getting a much-needed break. Marielle Mose shows us how.
There you go.
28 young heart patients from Minnesota Children's and mHealth Fairview got out at Highland National Golf Course in St. Paul on Tuesday. For 11-year-old Luke Thiessen, it was a chance to take his mind off the hospital.
It's like kind of stressful sometimes to like constantly be thinking about it, like when we'll have next surgery. It helps me think about something else.
Congenital heart defects are actually the #1 birth defect, about 1 in 110 kids.
Spencer Timmel started Scratch Golf Camp for kids like his son Charlie, who needed open heart surgery at just 6 days old.
Some of these kids have challenges cardiovascularly or with full contact sports. So golf is an amazing outlet for them.
So they partnered with First Tee to bring this camp to the Twin Cities for the first time.
I'm not really into sports that much, so golf though is like one of the things that actually helps me do sports.
The hope is that these kids don't just learn to play golf for a day, but fall in love with the sport for life, and they're doing that by gifting them their own set of clubs.
I'm excited to get my own clubs because I'll probably go play golf with my dad at some places.
This camp is not only getting more kids playing golf, but it's connecting them with those who share similar stories of strength.
Just to know that you're not the only kid that has it.
Super cool.
Very
so
awesome.
sweet, yeah.
Coming up after the break, are you tired of summer or tired from summer? How to battle summer fatigue when we come back.
Welcome back, everybody. How about a little edutainment on this Friday? So earlier this week, we showed you that video of the driver going over that buckling road down in Missouri, but I wanted to know, why does that happen? Well, according to WisDOT, when temperatures rise, concrete expands like it's supposed to. It's built to do that. But when temperatures get extremely high, the expanding concrete can run out of room. It has nowhere to go, and the slabs push against one another, and that pressure then forces the pavement to crack upwards here. That is called a heat buckle. They're most common on older roads or on highways which see heavy traffic.
Yeah. I feel like we don't see them too much around here, so it must need a prolonged heat in order for that to happen. And like you said, some older highways. So thankful that we don't see that as much out here, but very informational there, Rand. I'm glad you talked about that.
Just like my stomach on Thanksgiving, that concrete expands.
Yes! Got to unbuckle.
Yeah, right, it buckles. Yeah.
Well, summer just started, but when heat waves do arrive, you may already be tired of it, and being outside can make some people feel just flat out tired. So to help, Jeff Wagner learned how to safely manage your energy levels when the heat hits hard.
The pace of a pickleball game is quick. But as steamy sunshine smoldered the courts in St. Louis Park, Chris Miner noticed a difference in her game.
There's just something to be said for how the body overheats, and it just kind of gets you to a spot where you're not quite as agile, not quite as aggressive on the court.
These adults know a bit of rest in the shade is necessary. But these kids hustling across the playground might need a parental nudge to relax.
My littlest one's definitely going to need her long nap.
Do you like a good afternoon nap in the summer?
I love a good afternoon nap in the summer.
Dr. John Hick is an emergency physician at Hennepin Healthcare.
A siesta, I think, is one of the most enduring features of a lot of cultures, and maybe we just need to adopt that more.
What is summer fatigue?
Well, good question, Jeff. It's really kind of a balance of a number of different factors. One is that blood gets shunted to the surface of the skin to try to encourage sweating and get that heat conducted off of your body. And that takes blood away from other organs like your muscles, your GI tract, and even your brain.
Your body goes into overdrive to cool you down, draining your energy, which is why physical activities feel harder to do.
I do feel like the heat does make me feel just more dehydrated and sluggish and lethargic.
Dehydration also contributes.
If you don't replenish the fluids you're sweating out, fatigue can set in, which is why frequent water breaks in the shade were a common sight for the kids and pickleballers.
It's tricky because it's so fun, and you want to just stay, and I get it, and there's nothing wrong with that on a normal day, but on a day like this, you got to kind of think about safety first,
After powering through long, harsh winters, Minnesotans might scoff at a scorching hot day. They've earned this sunshine. But living in a cooler climate means their bodies might not respond as well to extreme heat.
We just don't have, mechanisms for sweating and cooling that are as well adapted as those that live in hot conditions year-round.
How do we know it's not something more serious like heat exhaustion?
So heat exhaustion can sneak up on you, pretty quickly.
And then pretty soon I just felt like dizzy and really not even as coherent.
Dizziness, headache, nausea, loss of balance are all signs your summer fatigue is drifting into dangerous territory. Move to a cooler place, load up on liquids, and rest.
I have a feeling I'm going to take a big old nap.
With photojournalist Jose Pascual,
That should have been good.
Jeff Wagner, WCCO News.
That would have been. Man, even just spending time, like you were saying, in the sun, just sitting there too, can make you so tired. But it makes sense. Your body's working hard to move your blood elsewhere. So now we know.
Yeah. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with that too much up here. But there are a few days where it's like, oh my gosh, I'm just sweating like crazy. I'm feeling exhausted for sure.
We'll talk about next week's Blindfold after the break.
Hey, coming up next week on Northern Life, I have another blindfold for these two. We welcome in the folks behind the Ward Trading Card Game. They are based here in northern Minnesota. They're made in the USA, and now their game is selling internationally and growing rapidly. Briggs and Hunter here going head-to-head in the easy-to-learn battle dice game Tuesday here on Northern Life.
It was really fun, too. I've never played a game like that. Have you, Hunter?
Just like Pokemon, kind of that sort of thing, but never like a Dungeons and Dragons sort of thing. And that was really cool. Very involved, but relatively easy to understand as well.
Right. And you could tell so much thought went into it, too. There's just so many different elements of the game, and it was really fun.
Yep, it was.
Enjoyed it. Well, if you're a fan of the famous butter cow, we have a treat for you guys. Check out this centerpiece at the 3rd Annual Chocolate Festival in Chile. A life-size chocolate cow weighing in at more than 1,100 pounds. One child even collected liquid chocolate from the that flowed from the cow's udder.
What?
That sounds kind of weird.
Yeah, it's a little strange.
Whoa.
Be your discretion advised. Don't hit the cow.
That, I guess, is a sweet finale to the weekend when organizers broke up the chocolate cow and then auctioned off the pieces. But that was alarming.
Yeah, no cows are hurt. No cows are hurt. But now I know brown cows do produce chocolate milk.
There we go. It's official, folks.
Yeah, it's official. Hey, well, thanks for joining us this week. We love you.
We'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.
Find some time to throw a line or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.